What's going on? It's Justeeni here. We need more Sloptopia. Said no one ever, but you guys get Sloptopia anyway. A little bit of context. I'm going to be showing two games. Both of them were games that I, decided to play some live games as a bit of preparation for the whole Zeb tournament, just to remind myself how to play the tribe. And literally the first game I walk into, I see the starting score, it's 630, and I'm just tempted to resign on the spot because I hate Cymanti, and also this isn't actually useful practice. But I'm gonna stick it out anyway, and I'm gonna make it into content so then I don't feel like my time was wasted. I find a ruin, so my spawn kind of sucks because he wants to be expanding fast, and instead I get an explorer ruin, which doesn't really help with that. In fact, really not helpful, doesn't even give me the lighthouse, and all that I see is they're just gonna walk on the village and I can't do a thing about it. So yeah, I go for the upgrade to at least make it somewhat worth my time. They do a really funky recycle opening. I am not good enough at time to know that opening's actually good. But sure, I guess. Get riding and stuff. I want to get into like roads and yada yada. But you can see I'm currently really down in expansion against Cymanti, which is basically a death sentence. And I have nothing to show for it. Where's my ability to attack the opponent? It doesn't exist. Like, I can try to go by sea, like, yeah, right. And what can you do when you can't attack the opponent? Well, you can greed, which is not a good strategy against Cymanti, or you can, well, just lose. So I go climbing. Oh yeah, I remember why I went climbing. It's because I wanted to have this explorer get a good chance of Eye of God. And it doesn't do that, so it looks a little stupid. And then I see Faichi, which makes me a little sad because that means the opponent knows how to play the game. I was kind of like hoping for a moment maybe they would forget that Faichi exists because that's how they win here, and no, they didn't forget. And they have like a lot of fungi on the second city, like this border growth is disgusting. Like they were gonna get it anyway, but getting it so soon is just demoralizing. I'm at least getting a ton of ruins to make up for it, but if the ruins keep being garbage, then it's not really gonna matter. Now I see algae as well. Again, everything's just going wrong. I see that centipede walk in the fog. Mining ruin, of course, which is also terrible. We just can't have nice things. Finally, I do get the Eye of God, but at what cost? I didn't even need climbing to get it, so like that whole buying climbing earlier was just a total waste. And now, finally getting cities, but just to get 7 cities, which I'll have you know is just a city advantage of 1, I have to expand to both corners of the map. For them to get their 6 cities, it's not very far away. My cities are super spread out, basically impossible to adequately defend. And yeah. I don't think it takes a genius to see what's going to happen here. Like, I don't have anything I can do. I decide waste an explorer there because they're gonna take the city anyway. Get some smacks there. And yeah. I kind of just don't have anything here. This is not fortunate. And then there's even a siege there. And I can't break the siege. Yeah, this is rough. So I give up. I love Cymanti or something like that. I don't know. This game was terrible. Anyway, though, I'll go ahead and cut to the next one. All right, this game is not against Cymanti, which automatically makes it better. But also, like, this game actually wasn't terrible. It was just really funny, so that's why I'm gonna show it. Like, I kind of want to make this game into a video, but like this game on its own isn't interesting enough. So, Sloptopia. It's like Sloptopia, but like kind of not Slop. You'll see what I mean. It's actually like a kind of decent game. But like I feel like it would be bad to make just this game into a single video because nobody would care. It's not that good of a game is what I'm saying. It's like sort of good. So I get an Explorer. Yeah, you can see him against Chinchi. And they're kind of locked on 2 cities right now. But they've got a lot of land access. And it's very hard for me to contest that. I'm kind of working with the water right now because I have this big lake all to myself. Lots of farms as well, so I can go into construction. Pull some magic there. I go for an Explorer. Oh yeah, I remember the reason. It's because I want to get a giant with the lighthouse. And also help my rafts, like, get around faster. So, yeah, I'm going to be able to do that. Once I get this port on my capital, I'll be happy. They actually get their giant and port, kind of threaten me first, but I am able to answer back with my own giant. I go not port yet because Explorer is going to do the job. I don't get Eye of God this game, unfortunately. I was a little bummed about that, but like I don't think I need it here. If I had turn hit Eye of God, this would be just a disgusting spawn win. So I guess it's good that this game's more interesting. They're landing this Juggernaut, going in for this attack. You know, this is a nice city to take if you can get it. Now I get the port connection. And I'm going to keep this port covered while I do the giant push because I want my giant to go on this tile because I, you know, want to counterattack when they siege and all. There it is. They get a scout. They're trying to control this northern lake, which there's not much I can do about it because I only have one port spot and I need to send all my units to, you know, deal with the giant. But I'm going to be able to get a nice counter siege in just a bit. Another giant push. Sack a rider. Nice play there. Oh yeah, also something really funny. I noticed like I left my capital open, which was like really funny. Because I ended the turn with 0 stars. I'm like, oh, they can just walk in. They have a scout, has 3 movement, but lucky for me, they didn't have any vision of that, so never punished. Like I was wondering why they didn't do it because it would have been extremely annoying. You know, I just lose 8 star per turn temporarily. Now I don't have to worry about though. And I'm taking the city back. And I've got all these scouts in the water, and how do they reach like anything in this body of water? Short answer, they can't. Long answer, they really can't. I guess it's still a pretty short answer, but you get the idea. If I just like put bombers in this lake, and I get enough of them, then I still could hypothetically lose if they spam enough archers to push my bombers back and then use giants. But like, that's extremely impractical for them, and like, it might be a little obvious later as things develop, but that's not really a thing that they're going to be able to do. Now I'm going for the bombers though. First bomber of more than one. Gonna be able to get a nice defense here. Take them off the ruin. Just playing a little bit of keep away. Developing my economy, because why not? I still don't have construction, by the way, because like I was planning for it. Yeah, I even get construction now, but I didn't have it all this time. Gonna get some really nice upgrades. That's what you tend to do when you have construction, you upgrade your cities. Yeah. They're upgrading their cities too, as you would expect in this kind of position. Both players upgrade their cities. They just kind of siege and donate me kills for Gate of Power, which is very generous of them. Like, I mean, I don't mind. Now I'm getting in this lake because I'm trying to win this lake because I really want a bomber there. And I also don't want them to get bombers because that could actually be really annoying. So they're getting more giants. Average chinchy things. But I'm trying to counterattack here. Establish a bomber up here, which I can only really do that if I'm actually controlling this lake. So I really need to get some pep in my step. Get a city wall because this is like their only real target. I should have maybe considered sending my scout. Actually, no, they can just use riders. Might be worth it anyway. Just give up my scout entirely just to damage that scout to keep my bomber safe. Maybe better. Not really too sure. They go for the siege though. And they do, in fact, pew-pew my bomber because I let them. I knew it was fine because it's not going to die. And I just make 2 more bombers and yeah. The world still spins and all that. Hooray. We defend and we have more bombers now. So it's going to be increasingly hard for them to attack. So they decide to go trade because that's going to help them break through. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what their idea is. I guess like they can go into cloaks and they can try to get daggers in the water, but those die to bombers all the same anyway, so I don't know. They have trade, they have like all this economy, but I'm gonna ask the simple question, what are you gonna do with that economy? You have like 2 port spots here. You can have all the stars in the world, but you have 2 port spots, and it's still hard to fight against my bombers and stuff. They don't even put the giant in the port for some reason, which is like kind of slow. I go riding roads because I'm going to set myself up for trade, because I actually do want markets here as well, mainly because I know this game's going to last forever, so markets easily pay themselves off, and there are like other things that I could want. You know, knights are an option, aquatism's an option, strategy's an option. Even like mindbenders are genuinely like okay here. There's some okay spots to like heal my bombers and stuff if need be. So like extra economy, you know, is like never a bad thing, especially if you know the game's gonna last. But I'm also going like for this attack here, mainly just to disincentivize the giant from getting in the port. That's like the main idea there. And I'm getting more giants that I can kind of throw in, and so like I don't mind losing this giant because I'm just gonna replace it with another one. And my plan is working there, not putting the giant in the port. So I can bomb away, and I even get a nice capital siege. And this is, again, just purely distraction. I expect they unsiege it no problem. I'm just trying to cause problems, so that I can just stuff a bunch of units in the water while they're not looking. And, yeah, they actually get the giant push, though, which is a little scary. But, it's fine. They have a catapult here, which is actually really smart. They have, like, all the stars in the world, so they are fine getting a bad trade, so long as it means I'm not getting them out of the water. But then they just give me that shot for free, which, yeah, they shouldn't be doing that. Just kind of wasting stuff. This push just isn't happening, I'm sorry. More bomber, more market. I'm actually going to catch up in economy probably because I'm up a gazillion cities. And they have knights, but knights are not good for them. They're great for me because I have like a nice point that I can send knights to stop them from being able to spam whatever they want. But like, knights aren't stopping bombers here. And I also, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I got that brutal border growth. That gives me more port spots, so now I am winning this lake battle, no problem now. Like, I'm playing directly into cloaks, but it doesn't matter here. And just, yeah, it's disgusting. They resign, and I play the rest of my turn anyway, because I'm like that, I guess. I don't know. This game was funny, though. Again, like, you can probably see, like, I'm kind of just, like, drop kicking the opponent because my spawn is like impossible to lose, but like it's really funny. But like I should make this into a video. It's too slop for like an actually good video. Like, what is the opponent supposed to do? They just kind of roll over and die because they literally cannot do anything about this. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.